This is an issue that's come up in a number of states, and it really does relate to how the National School Lunch Program is structured, in that some children are certified to receive free school meals, but a lot of children are certified to receive reduced price school meals or to pay the majority cost of those meals. And for those kids, the schools are charging them for the meals that they receive. And if the family, forgets to pay or is struggling and having a hard time making ends meet, then they can fall behind in their school lunch debt. They actually included a provision that directed the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which is jurisdiction over the school nutrition programs, to look at the issue and figure out if there should be a national policy. And so USDA spent a couple of years, they got comments from people, they talked to lots of different stakeholders, and they came out and said that every school district has to have a policy, but they actually did not put any minimum protections in for kids, nor did they say what had to be included in the policy. So as a result, school districts across the country set policies. And if the school district's policy was, we're not going to allow kids to charge meals, then that's when you see situations happen where kids have food taken away from them and thrown in the trash. And other school districts, have a policy where they won't allow any charging, and some may allow a couple meals, but it really does vary across the country. So if they accrue debt and they cannot get it paid back, then they actually have to go into the general fund within the school district to really cover those charges. So it is a real issue for schools. The school cafeteria and the school in general should be a really positive place for kids. If you're not providing kids the nutrition they need to focus and concentrate throughout the school day, then an educator is really going to have a tough time teaching the kids. Any communication about unpaid school meal fees should really be directed towards the parents. If a family starts accruing school meal debt, it can very well be a sign that something's going on in the household. There could be a divorce, somebody could have their hours cut or a job lost. So, start that communication early before there's an amount of debt that the families aren't able to pay. Now child nutrition reauthorization is up again, and we're really hoping that Congress will include some protections for kids and some requirements around school districts reaching out to families to get them to apply if they're falling behind in their debt, to determine if they're eligible. And another piece that we're hoping will be included is kind of a retroactive reimbursement. So we're hoping that the reimbursements that school districts receive for school lunch could be made retroactive if the child's certified for free or reduced price meals.